Hi reception, I hope you're having a good week. So for our art this week, linked to St David's Day, which was on Monday, we're going to be thinking about the flower, the daffodil. I'm sure lots of you might have seen some popping up in your gardens, or if you've been out for a walk, they're very beautiful. And there's lots of lovely things that you can find out about daffodils and why they're so important. So have a look with your parents and see what you can find out, because they're very strong plants that keep coming back every year and they're very beautiful. So it'd be lovely if you could see what else you can discover about them. So what we're going to do today is we're going to make our own daffodil, and we're going to be quite creative. We're going to use our hands to help us to make a daffodil. So I'm just going to tilt the screen so that you can see what I'm doing. So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be using your hands. Now you can do this as a hand print if you want to, but I'm going to do mine by drawing around my hand because I want to practice my cutting and I want to practice my colouring as well. So I'm going to draw around my hand really carefully, making sure I don't move my hand while I'm drawing around it, and making sure I keep my pencil, my pen, onto the paper the whole time. So I've drawn around my hand, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to colour it in really carefully with my yellow pen or crayon, felt tip, whatever it is that you'd like to use. And I'm going to colour the whole hand in really neatly. Okay, now I'm going to carry on with that in a moment. So I'm just going to show you what we're going to do next. Next, you're going to take your scissors and you're going to very carefully cut around your hand. Now, if you decide to do this as a hand print with yellow paint, that's great. Once you've printed, you'll then need to let it dry and then also carefully cut round your hand as well. So make sure you practice those careful cuts. Move the paper around as you need to cut, just like I'm doing, so you can see where you need to go next. Be very careful. Try and stay as close to the line that you've drawn as you can. Okay, and we don't want to snip too far down because we want to keep that hand shape. And we'll just keep cutting. I wonder if you can work out what part of the daffodil our hands are going to be. Do you think it's going to be the stem, the stalk, the flower? Which part do you think it's going to be? Let's have a look. So I've cut out my hand and then I'm going to colour it all in. Now I'm going to arrange them into a flower shape. So I've already done a few here. So as you can see, I'm going to make the petals as my hands. So I have actually done 4 handprints. So I've coloured in and drawn around 4 handprints. And now I'm going to arrange them so they look like a flower. Okay, so just spread them around however you think till they look like a beautiful flower. Now, I was having a look around my house for something that I could use to make the inside of the flower. Now, the inside of a daffodil, if you look in your garden or when you go for a walk, you'll see it's sort of an orangey colour. So you might have a bit of orange Play-Doh. I found this orange ball. So once I've carefully, just going to pop a bit of glue to keep my handprints together. There we go, just pop a little bit of glue on each bit. That's it, so it doesn't fall apart. And then I'm going to, using a bit of blue tack, pop my ball or bit of Play-Doh, bit of plasticine would work quite well. Or maybe you want to paint a bit of paper, scrunch it up, pop it in the middle, make the inside part of your flower. Now, I've got some flowers in my house at the moment, and they've nearly come to the end of their beautiful flowering time. So I decided I'd use a bit of the flower's stem to make my daffodil stem. So I'm going to pop that under there, and I'm going to fix that with a bit of blue tack as well. And then, in fact, I'll use a little bit of blue tack from here because I don't need all of that on the ball. So we'll do blue tack for the petals, and we'll put a little bit of blue tack onto there as well. Okay, so I've fixed those together, and then on my flowers that I had some leaves. Now, what you can do if you want to, you could draw your stem, or you could roll up a bit of tube and colour it green or paint it green, and then you could get some leaves, if you find some leaves outside, to make the bottom part of your daffodil, or you could draw your leaves and cut around them as well. So I'm just going to use a little bit of glue, or you could use a little bit of tape. A bit of sellotape might help if you're using real leaves like I've done, just to hold your leaves in place. Now, hopefully, once that dries, you will be able to have your very own daffodil. I'm going to turn that around to see if you can see. There you go. So you've made your daffodil with your hands as the petals, the leaves, and the stem. Now see what else you can find out about daffodils and why they are so important to Wales. And for the children that are in Wales class, this is something that we've talked about before. So you can see what you can find out, and then maybe when we get back into school, you can tell us what you found out about the daffodil, because not only are they very beautiful, but they are very important flowers as well. So I hope you enjoy making your daffodil today, and I can't wait to see what you produce. So send in your pictures to us, or maybe, because we're going to be back in school together soon, you could possibly even bring it in to show us when you come back. So we look forward to seeing you all really soon. Enjoy the rest of your week and have a lovely rest of the day. Bye everyone.